I've always been an idea person, and I've always thought that, well, if you can think about it, go see what happens. I moved out here as an actress in 2003, and things were going very well. And about 5 years into my career, I found out I was losing my sight. I saw the truth about people with disabilities and how we are assumed in the workforce. And so that was when I thought, if nobody's going to hire me, I'm going to start my own damn company. Egg Roll Media is a business where I focus on women with disabilities, and it's not all about the disability. We create media, and it's not, look at this woman, she's a wheelchair user, or this woman's blind. You just happen to see people that are normal like us instead of gorgeous models and people who are picture perfect.
I was born in Los Angeles, California. I was born to my mom and dad who were young, and eventually I was raised by my grandmother, and I have two other siblings also raised by my grandmother, and she's older. So we needed to consider, some moving because she could not get up the stairs anymore, and relocating in the middle of everything was just incredibly expensive. And when I was thinking about options, I remembered JFLA, and it just seemed to be a perfect fit. Finding something that could help when you're in a pinch and give you a manageable plan to pay back gives you this sense of comfort and relief, and feeling like you can actually take care of what you need to take care of and not have this looming cloud of, negativity over you.
Well, I started a nonprofit because I wanted to help those inner city, to empower them. Pandemic, of course, is hit, and so masks were very popular. Now we wanted to get to something to customize them. I wanted to buy this embroidery machine, like the Rams just won. So you have a Rams mask. Black History Month, you have a Black History mask. And so we just started thinking of ideas. What can we do now to take masks to the next level? There are so many kids from the community. So kids come in and they'll do some of their community service hours. We'll give it back to them as you're giving to us. I knew about the JFLA loan, and the major thing was it was interest free. We didn't want to go into get into debt, to be on debt for 500 years, right?
It seemed like a loan I could manage with no interest, and they allowed me to ask for a smaller amount, which was manageable for where my business was at this moment.
I worked with Nikki, and she was just incredible. She was understanding. She was kind. She made the process very simple.
And it just seemed like a place where everybody was there to help you. I feel like there was a lot of people that didn't believe in me in the past as far as getting funding. And what I got through JFLA was not only funding, but it was more like confidence as well, and more self-esteem to say, yeah, that's right. I'm here for a purpose, and I'm going to keep moving forward no matter what.
To feel like a Wonder Woman in that moment, I think is probably a great descriptor, because I was able to be pragmatic and think about something that was going to be a better solution. And I felt like you just feel good. You feel like I'm doing what I need to do for my family, and I'm making the best financial decision.
Thank you, JFLA, for what you've done, not only for me and Egg Roll Media, but for other women and other people who are business owners and entrepreneurs that didn't have to give up their dream in a time where the world was just turned upside down and everything was out of our control.
Thank you, JFLA, for helping me during some of the most challenging times and making me feel empowered and taken care of when I needed to step in and take care of my family.
Thank you to JFLA and all the supporters, all the sponsors, everything that you've done. I just want to say thank you for everything you do. Thank you for all that you've given us today. Thank you.
Wonder Woman, Wonder Woman, Wonder Woman.
In my early life, I was blessed to have many different people that had an impact on me. My mom and dad especially, they immigrated here from Korea, and they worked very hard in their blue-collar jobs and just tried to teach me the basics of life. Work hard, be honest, and continue to always have goals and to be good to and help other people. They always preached to me about the American dream and the opportunities that we have here regardless of our background. And because of that, I see other first-generation families, not just Asian, but other ethnicities, and I want to try to help them see that as well. I have mentors on our board of directors, such as Tom Wall-Smith, who have encouraged me to give time and resources to great organizations within Los Angeles. I'm involved with a youth champions group, and we help high school students in low-income areas try to achieve goals. And one of our goals is to have them go to college and just strive for more than what they may be accustomed to seeing in the areas in which they live. I think I kind of did things backwards, where from when I finished college, all I did was work, and I ended up getting married and having kids a lot later than the average woman. But I think that was beneficial for me, because having kids later in life and getting married later in life helped me understand the importance of really spending quality time with my family. So I work hard, and then on the weekends I make sure that my time is completely focused on the family. The JFLA program is amazing. It has helped so many people that are on the brink of hitting their bottom. And sometimes all people need is a little bit of extra help to get to where they need to be. I like to know that I'm helping small business, and through the JFLA, I'm helping those that are really, really in need. Supporting JFLA is important to me because it's helping so many people reach their goals, and it's creating more Wonder Women for Los Angeles.
Well, I was born at Cedars of Lebanon, and I currently work at Cedars Sinai, so I haven't moved far from home. I am first-generation American. My mother was born in Odessa, Russia, and my father was born in Munich, Germany. My grandparents were always very philanthropic and true Zionists. I think my mom, in a lot of ways, was a real role model for me. She went to Stanford University when there were quotas for women and for Jews. Was always very involved in the community and various charities. I'm involved in community events because I think it's something that's very ingrained in me. It's something I learned very young, the importance of giving back and helping others. I went to school in Claremont at Pitzer College, and community service was part of the curriculum. I've always tried to set an example of how a woman can work, be a mother, be a daughter, and do it all. So I have tried to mentor other women. I've tried to always explain that it's a juggling act, but it's very doable, and it's very important to allow women to have all of the opportunities that men have had in society, in the work world, in daily lives. Community service is just something I've always done, whether it's from my college, where I was on the board of trustees for over 30 years. I've been on the Maple Counseling Center board now for probably about 15 years. I am deeply involved with Hillel International and local Hillels. Our personal giving really tries to help homelessness, Planned Parenthood, SOVA. I believe that supporting organizations that really help people in need is very, very important, especially today. JFLA fits into my giving priorities because they also care about people going through homelessness, through food insecurity, all of the things that I care deeply about and am involved with today.
I was born in Washington, D.C. We moved to Los Angeles when I was about 3 years old. I have the world's most superhero role model parents, John Kronstadt and Helen Bendix. They're both judges. My dad is a district court judge in Los Angeles. My mom is a justice on the California Court of Appeals. And I can only emphasize that my parents are my first and forever role models. Service found me more than I found it, and it has always been important to me to live my life through principles of tzedakah and mitzvah. It is how I saw my parents raise us. It was always very important to my grandparents. My current assignment in the DA's office, where I work with child victims who would, for the most part, remain voiceless. Much like when I was a staff attorney at Bet Tzedek, working with Holocaust survivors to try to get reparations from Germany. That act of taking the time to listen, to go to battle, proverbially, for someone whom for a long time society had just discarded and did not care about, they did more for me than I would ever have done for them. I have been a dedicated athlete pretty much my entire life since I was 5 years old, playing soccer. Running, of course, but athletics generally taught me perseverance, determination, leadership, teamwork, and the ability never to give up. JFLA's mission to allow people to live in dignity, to provide a support network for those who need help in some way, is completely in line with how I hope that people recognize I live my professional and personal life. I think about what a JFLA loan means to someone who is trying to get pregnant but cannot, or someone who is trying to get back on his or her feet after having left perhaps an abusive relationship. You're giving people an opportunity to create a life that they probably thought was never possible. I have a small yet significant girl crush on Gal Gadot, and if you're watching this, Gal, I really like you very much. But I think the notion of being a Wonder Woman is someone who, yes, serves her community, but also pays it forward to others in a way that I hope has made JFLA and those in attendance proud.